The Red Sea, a vital artery of global commerce through which flows the lifeblood of international trade. For centuries, its waters have been a crossroads of cultures, empires, and inevitably conflict. Today, in the 21st century, this ancient sea finds itself once again at the heart of a new kind of struggle, a complex tapestry woven with threads of advanced technology, geopolitical tension, and the stark, visceral realities of modern warfare. This isn't a conflict of grand fleets clashing on the open ocean, nor of armies locked in static trench lines. This is a battle of precision, of speed, of unseen threats, and of the unwavering resolve of those who stand ready to defend the global commons. Our focus today is on one of the most significant modern naval engagements in the Red Sea, the recent U.S. Navy Houthi conflict in Yemen. This isn't just another skirmish, it's a profound revelation of how warfare has evolved, a crucible where drones, cruise missiles, and real-time intelligence redefine traditional naval tactics. It's a testament to the intricate dance between deterrence and escalation, a critical moment that reshapes our understanding of global security dynamics. Imagine the vast expanse of the Red Sea, stretching silently under the watchful gaze of satellites. Below the surface, currents whisper ancient tales. Above, the air hums with the silent symphony of advanced radar, scanning, analyzing, searching. For the men and women of the U.S. Navy deployed in these contested waters, every ripple, every blip on a screen carries potential significance. Their existence here is one of constant vigilance, an exhausting, high-stakes game of observation and anticipation. This isn't the romanticized image of naval combat, it's a relentless grind, demanding unwavering focus and split-second decision-making. The enemy is often unseen, its attacks launched from distant, concealed locations designed to exploit vulnerabilities with cunning and asymmetric advantage. The Houthi movement, a formidable and determined force in Yemen, has for years demonstrated a capacity for sophisticated asymmetric warfare. Their arsenal, often augmented by external support, includes a growing array of unmanned aerial vehicles, or drones, and various types of anti-ship cruise and ballistic missiles. These aren't crude improvised weapons. Many are capable of significant range and, crucially, possess guidance systems that, while perhaps not matching the most advanced Western counterparts, are effective enough to pose a serious threat to maritime traffic, both military and commercial. Their motivations are complex, rooted in regional politics, sectarian divisions, and a deep-seated resistance to external influence. For them, striking at the heart of international shipping in the Red Sea is a strategic lever, a way to project power and garner attention on the global stage. The stakes are immense. The Red Sea and its choke points, particularly the Bab al-Mandab Strait, are bottlenecks for a substantial portion of the world's maritime trade, including vast quantities of oil and commercial goods. Disrupting this flow has far-reaching economic consequences, impacting energy prices, supply chains, and global stability. For the U.S. Navy and its allies, the mission is clear: ensure freedom of navigation, deter aggression, and protect vital international interests. But how does one deter an adversary that often operates outside traditional state frameworks, an adversary willing to absorb significant losses in pursuit of its objectives? This is the core dilemma of modern asymmetric conflict. On March 16th and 17th, the simmering tensions in the Red Sea erupted into a series of direct confrontations. These were not protracted battles, but rather swift, decisive engagements, characterized by precision and overwhelming technological superiority on one side, met with persistent, audacious threats on the other. For those on board the U.S. Navy vessels, these days were a stark reminder of the fragile line separating peace from peril. The call to action, when it came, was not a distant bugle, but an urgent electronic alert, a rapid cascade of data, demanding immediate interpretation and even faster response. This is where the human element, the training, the discipline, the raw courage, intertwines inextricably with the cold, hard logic of advanced technology. It's in these moments that the true nature of modern naval combat reveals itself, a grueling test of nerve, skill, and the intricate coordination of highly specialized teams. To understand the intensity of these engagements, we must delve into the pre-engagement phase, the constant hum of readiness that precedes any direct action. For weeks, for months, the sailors of the U.S. Navy had been operating under conditions of heightened alert. This isn't just a phrase, it means longer watches, stricter protocols, and an acute awareness that any moment could bring a threat. Imagine the bridge of a guided missile destroyer or a cruiser, a nexus of screens and consoles manned by dedicated professionals. The air is thick with a sense of purpose, a low-level hum of machinery, and the quiet, focused chatter of operators. Every radar sweep is scrutinized, every faint contact analyzed. Is it a fishing vessel, a merchant ship, or something more sinister? The intelligence picture is constantly evolving, fed by a global network of sensors and analysts. Satellite intelligence, signals intelligence, human intelligence all converge to paint a dynamic portrait of the threat landscape. Briefings are frequent, detailed, and often grim. Maps are pored over, potential launch sites identified, and attack profiles simulated. This is the intellectual battle that precedes the kinetic one, a complex chess game played out across vast distances, with lives and global stability hanging in the balance. The commanders on deck bear an immense weight. They are responsible not only for the lives of their crew, but for the strategic implications of every decision they make. Their choices can prevent escalation, protect innocent lives, or, if miscalculated, ignite a wider conflagration. It's a burden that shapes every waking moment, seeping into their very being, a constant pressure to be right, to be swift, to be effective. The crews, too, live with this pervasive awareness. The young radar technicians, eyes glued to their scopes, interpreting the intricate patterns of electromagnetic energy. The weapon systems operators, their fingers hovering over controls, ready to unleash devastating power with a single command. The engineers, maintaining the complex machinery that keeps the ship alive and ready. Each individual a vital cog in an incredibly intricate machine. Their training is relentless, designed to build muscle memory, to forge instincts, to enable them to react with precision under the most extreme stress. But training, however rigorous, can never fully replicate the chilling reality of a live threat. The moment a genuine incoming missile or drone is detected, something primal shifts. Adrenaline floods the system, heightening senses, sharpening focus, yet simultaneously introducing the insidious whisper of fear. It's a fear that must be acknowledged, then suppressed, channeled into decisive action. The Houthis' asymmetric strategy relies on saturating defenses, overwhelming targets with multiple, relatively inexpensive weapons. Their drones, though often slower than missiles, can fly at low altitudes, exploiting radar clutter, and can loiter, making them difficult to track. Their missiles, while perhaps older generation, fly at high speeds, shrinking the reaction window to mere minutes, sometimes even seconds. This creates a critical challenge for naval defenders, demanding a sophisticated, multi-layered approach to air and missile defense. It's not enough to merely detect a threat. It must be classified rapidly, its trajectory predicted, and an appropriate countermeasure deployed with unerring accuracy. This is the stage upon which the events of March 16th and 17th were set, a backdrop of constant tension and the ever-present threat of sudden, violent action. As the sun rose on March 16th, painting the Red Sea in hues of orange and gold, the calm was deceptive. Deep within the combat information centers of the U.S. Navy vessels, the watch teams were already in full swing, their senses attuned to the subtle shifts in the electromagnetic spectrum. Then, the alarm. Not a siren, but a series of distinct tones and flashing indicators on multiple consoles. Incoming. The word, though often unspoken, echoed through the ship's internal communications. A contact, initially ambiguous, quickly began to solidify on the radar screens. Its speed, its trajectory, its emission signature, all pointing to a hostile intent.
This wasn't a fishing boat or a tanker. This was a weapon. The detection phase is the first and perhaps most critical hurdle. The U.S. Navy's guided missile destroyers, such as those equipped with the Aegis combat system, are formidable fortresses of sensor technology. Their SPY-1 and, increasingly, SPY-6 radars are among the most advanced in the world, capable of simultaneously tracking hundreds of airborne and surface contacts across vast distances. These phased array radars sweep the skies with incredible speed, painting a detailed picture of the surrounding environment. But even with such technology, distinguishing a small, fast-moving drone from sea clutter or identifying a low-flying missile against a complex coastal background requires immense processing power and, crucially, the discerning eye of trained operators. On the bridge, the commanding officer's voice, calm and authoritative, cut through the tension. Combat status? The Tactical Action Officer, TAO, and their team, already in a flurry of activity, responded with crisp technical updates. Unknown contact, bearing X, range Y, speed Z, looks like a potential UAV. The data flowed relentlessly, interpreted and cross-referenced with intelligence reports. Is it one or multiple? What's its probable target? Every second counted. For the radar operators, the screen was a world unto itself, a swirling mass of data points, from which they had to extract meaning to identify the needle in the digital haystack. Their hearts pounded, but their hands moved with practiced dexterity, adjusting filters, zooming in, confirming the track. It's a moment of profound clarity amidst chaos, where years of training converge into a singular, urgent task. Once a threat is classified as hostile, the next phase begins: decision and interception. This is where strategic thinking and tactical execution merge under immense pressure. The chain of command, honed through countless drills, springs into action. The TAO, the designated decision-maker in combat, consults with the commanding officer, providing a concise summary of the threat and recommended countermeasures. Command, recommend engagement. Target is confirmed hostile, inbound for our position/protected asset. The approval is swift. There is no time for hesitation. The U.S. Navy's layered missile defense system is a marvel of engineering. At its heart are the standard missile variants, SM-2, SM-3 for ballistic missile defense, though not typically used for cruise missiles, and the highly advanced SM-6. The SM-6 in particular is a game-changer, capable of intercepting both cruise missiles and even advanced ballistic missiles in their terminal phase. It can also function as an offensive weapon against surface targets. Supplementing these are the evolved Sea Sparrow missiles, ESSM, designed for shorter-range engagements against multiple targets, and the Close-In Weapon System, a rapid-fire Gatling gun for last-ditch defense. The command to engage is given. Deep within the ship, the magazine handlers race to ensure ordnance is ready. The launcher operators confirm their systems are aligned. The console displaying the missile readiness glows green. Missile launched. The voice over the comm system is clipped, professional, almost devoid of emotion, yet it carries the weight of incredible power. On the ship's deck, a pillar of fire and smoke erupts as a standard missile blasts from its vertical launch cell, accelerating to supersonic speeds in a matter of seconds. The raw power of the launch, a tangible display of the ship's lethal capabilities, is a moment of awe, even for those accustomed to it. For the sailors on deck, witnessing this controlled fury, it's a visceral affirmation of their mission, a stark reminder of the forces they command. But the physical interception is only part of the story. The engagement is also fought in the invisible realm of electronic warfare, EW. As the Houthi drones or missiles streak towards their targets, they are likely emitting radar or infrared signatures, attempting to guide themselves to their destination. The U.S. Navy's EW suites are designed to jam these signals, to spoof them with false information, or to blind the enemy's sensors altogether. Imagine a silent, unseen battle taking place at the speed of light, where electromagnetic energy is the weapon.
Sophisticated jammers send out torrents of noise, overwhelming the adversary's guidance systems, causing them to lose lock or veer off course. Decoys, deployed from the ship, emit false signatures, drawing the incoming threats away from the actual target. This silent war is often as decisive as the kinetic one, requiring highly specialized technicians who understand the intricate dance of frequencies and waveforms. Their work provides a critical layer of defense, buying precious seconds, enhancing the probability of a successful intercept. The tension during these moments is almost unbearable. Every eye is fixed on the screens, tracking both the incoming threat and the outgoing interceptor. The seconds tick by, each one feeling like an eternity. Will it work? Did we get it? Then, often, a new blip appears, or a signature vanishes. A successful intercept. A cheer, perhaps, or more often, a quiet, collective sigh of relief.
But there's no time to relax fully. Was that the only one? Are more coming? The Red Sea is a busy waterway, and the Houthi strategy often involves volleys, not single shots. The cycle of detection, decision, and interception can repeat multiple times within minutes, demanding sustained focus and unwavering nerve. The March 16th and 17th engagements also involved precision strikes by the U.S. Navy. This wasn't merely a defensive posture, it was a clear demonstration of capability and resolve. After successfully neutralizing the inbound threats, the U.S. Navy was able to identify the launch sites, the command and control nodes, or the weapons caches that posed an immediate and ongoing danger. This required a complex process of target identification, verification, and mission planning, often leveraging real-time intelligence feeds from various platforms, drones, satellites, and reconnaissance aircraft. The decision to launch offensive strikes is never taken lightly. It involves careful consideration of the rules of engagement, proportionality, and the potential for escalation. For the commanders, it's a heavy responsibility. They are not merely reacting, they are actively projecting force, making choices that can have profound geopolitical consequences. Once the decision is made, precision is paramount. Weapons like the Tomahawk Land Attack Missile, TLAM, are designed for exactly this purpose, delivering devastating power to a specific target with surgical accuracy, minimizing collateral damage. The launch sequence for a Tomahawk is a choreographed ballet of technology and human input, from loading the targeting coordinates to the final launch command. Watching a Tomahawk depart its VLS cell is a sight that commands respect. Unlike an interceptor, which streaks skyward, the Tomahawk generally flies low, hugging the terrain, navigating autonomously to its distant target. It's a silent, almost ghostly weapon, a testament to the destructive potential that can be unleashed from hundreds of miles away. For the crew, the act of launching an offensive weapon carries a different emotional weight than intercepting an inbound threat. There is no immediate sense of personal danger, but there is the chilling awareness that their actions are directly inflicting damage, potentially taking lives, even if those lives belong to combatants. It's a stark reminder of the grim realities of war, a responsibility that weighs heavily on the conscience of those who serve. The successful execution of these precision strikes demonstrated not just the U.S. Navy's defensive capabilities, but its ability to project power and hold adversaries at risk, even in complex, denied environments. This duality, defense and offense, is central to naval strategy in the 21st century. Once the initial flurry of engagement subsided, the immediate aftermath brought a mixture of relief and a renewed sense of vigilance. Battle Damage Assessment, or BDA, is a critical component of understanding the effectiveness of operations. Post-engagement, intelligence assets, drones, satellites, and sometimes even daring reconnaissance flights are deployed to survey the targeted areas. This allows for confirmation of successful intercepts, verifying that the incoming threats were indeed destroyed. It also provides crucial feedback on the effectiveness of offensive strikes, determining if the intended targets were neutralized. For the crews, the confirmation of a successful mission brings a momentary easing of the intense pressure. The tension on the bridge, in the CIC, in every compartment of the ship, slowly begins to dissipate. There might be a shared glance, a small nod of acknowledgement between shipmates, a silent understanding of the challenge they have just overcome together. But the relief is often fleeting. The nature of asymmetric warfare means that the threat can resurface at any time. There's no clear end to the battle. Rather, it's a continuous state of readiness, a persistent vigil. For the sailors, the hours and days following such an engagement are a time for reflection, for debriefing, and for ensuring all systems are ready for the next encounter. Equipment must be inspected, reloaded, and recalibrated. Data logs are reviewed meticulously, lessons learned identified and disseminated. The human element, however, requires a different kind of debriefing. The adrenaline surge, the fear, the intense focus, all of these take a toll. Commanders are keenly aware of the psychological impact of sustained high-stress operations on their crew. Conversations, formal and informal, allow sailors to process their experiences, to voice their anxieties, and to reinforce the bonds of camaraderie that are so essential in combat environments. The Red Sea operations highlight a crucial evolution in modern warfare. The U.S. Navy Houthi conflict is not merely a localized event. It's a case study in how drones, cruise missiles, and real-time intelligence are fundamentally redefining traditional naval tactics. Historically, naval battles were characterized by fleets maneuvering, exchanging broadsides, and engaging in large-scale strategic movements. Today, the battlefield is often dispersed, the engagements fleeting, and the enemy potentially operating from a civilian-infused landscape, exploiting the very fabric of the modern world. The Houthis' use of relatively low-cost, expendable assets like drones and older-generation missiles presents a significant challenge to technologically superior forces. While each individual Houthi weapon might be easily defeated by advanced interceptors, the sheer volume and persistence of attacks, coupled with their low cost, can create a magazine depth problem for defenders, who expend much more expensive munitions to counter them. This dynamic underscores the delicate balance between deterrence and escalation in regional conflicts. The U.S. Navy's presence and its demonstrated ability to neutralize threats serve as a powerful deterrent, signaling that aggressive actions will not go unanswered. Yet, every intercept, every precision strike carries the inherent risk of further escalation. The global community watches closely, analyzing the nuances of each engagement, assessing whether a particular action will de-escalate tensions or ignite a broader regional confrontation. It's a geopolitical tightrope walk where strategic patience and decisive action must be perfectly balanced. The conflict forces military strategists to reconsider doctrines. How do you project power effectively while minimizing civilian casualties? How do you maintain freedom of navigation without being drawn into protracted land-based conflicts? These are not easy questions, and the Red Sea provides a real-world laboratory for seeking answers. The technologies employed by the U.S. Navy in these engagements are a testament to decades of investment in research and development. Advanced radar systems like SPY-6, with their enhanced detection capabilities and resistance to jamming, represent the cutting edge. Interceptor systems like the SM-6, with its multi-mission capabilities, showcase the versatility and lethality required in a complex threat environment. Electronic warfare countermeasures, once a secondary consideration, are now central to modern naval defense, creating a silent, invisible shield against incoming threats. But technology alone is never enough. The U.S. Navy's doctrine of distributed lethality and integrated air and missile defense ensures that these advanced systems are not just standalone capabilities, but are seamlessly integrated into a cohesive, network-centric battle management system. Real-time intelligence flowing from a myriad of sources is the oxygen that breathes life into this system, allowing for rapid threat assessment and dynamic response. The confrontation also highlights the enduring geopolitical importance of the Red Sea and the broader Middle East. The conflict in Yemen, a civil war with significant regional and international implications, has served as a proving ground for new military technologies and tactics. The Houthis' ability to project power beyond Yemen's borders, specifically into one of the world's busiest shipping lanes, demonstrates how local conflicts can rapidly ripple across the globe, impacting economies and international security. For the U.S. and its allies, maintaining stability in this region is not merely a matter of national interest, it's a commitment to global economic security and the principles of free navigation. The presence of international naval coalitions operating in concert to counter these threats underscores the collective recognition of this shared responsibility. The WW2 official trailers tag, though perhaps a dramatic flourish, captures the intense, high-stakes nature of these encounters. While these are not global conflicts in the traditional sense, they are glimpses into a potential future, a stark illustration of what a broader confrontation might entail. Rapid, precise, highly technological engagements where the lines between conventional and asymmetric warfare are increasingly blurred. It's a future where drones are not mere surveillance tools, but lethal weapons, where missile defense is a constant necessity, and where the speed of information processing is as critical as the speed of a missile. This is a battle fought not just on the sea, but in the electromagnetic spectrum, in the digital realm, and in the minds of those who lead and operate these incredibly complex war machines. The lessons learned in the Red Sea today will undoubtedly shape military strategies and technological investments for decades to come, informing how nations prepare for the challenges of 21st century maritime combat. As we conclude our analysis of the U.S. Navy-Houthi conflict, several key takeaways emerge. First, the conflict unequivocally demonstrates the evolving nature of modern warfare. The era of predictable, large-scale conventional battles is largely over, replaced by a landscape of asymmetric threats, sophisticated missile and drone technologies, and the ever-present demand for real-time intelligence and rapid response. The Houthis' tactics represent a significant challenge to traditional naval power, forcing continuous adaptation and innovation from those tasked with defending international waters. This isn't just about bigger ships or more powerful weapons, it's about smarter integration, more agile decision-making, and a deeper understanding of the adversary's intent and capabilities. Second, the engagement highlights the indispensable role of advanced technology, but always in conjunction with the human element. While systems like Aegis, SPY-6 radar, and SM-6 interceptors are marvels of engineering, they are ultimately tools in the hands of highly trained, dedicated individuals. The tension on the bridge, the pressure on the tactical action officer, the focused intensity of the radar operators, these human factors are paramount. It is the sailor's ability to interpret complex data, to make split-second decisions under duress, and to operate sophisticated machinery with unwavering precision that ultimately determines the outcome of these confrontations. Their emotional resilience, their discipline, and their courage are as vital as any piece of hardware. The fear that whispers in the back of the mind must be mastered, channeled into decisive, professional action. Third, the conflict underscores the critical geopolitical importance of maritime security. The Red Sea is not just a strategic waterway, it's a microcosm of broader global security challenges. Disruptions here have far-reaching economic and political consequences, reinforcing the necessity of international cooperation and the robust presence of naval forces committed to upholding freedom of navigation. The balance between deterrence and escalation remains a constant, delicate act, requiring nuanced diplomatic engagement alongside demonstrated military capability. Each action, each counteraction sends signals that reverberate across the region and beyond, influencing the perceptions and calculations of state and non-state actors alike. Finally, the U.S. Navy-Houthi confrontation marks a crucial moment in global security dynamics, not just for its immediate outcome, but for the lessons it offers.
It's a stark reminder that the challenges of the 21st century demand continuous vigilance, unwavering readiness, and an adaptive mindset from all who seek to ensure peace and stability. The technologies, doctrines, and geopolitics shaping modern maritime combat are evolving at an unprecedented pace. By studying these operations, we gain invaluable insights into the future of warfare, understanding why the Red Sea has become a crucible for these critical developments. The commitment of those who serve in these dangerous waters, their courage, their resilience, and their silent sacrifices stand as a testament to the enduring human spirit in the face of profound adversity. The fight for freedom of navigation, for global commerce, and for regional stability continues, demanding our attention, our analysis, and our unwavering support for those on the front lines of this new era of conflict.
Keep digging, quickly now! Watch the eastern ridge! Almost done here, cover it up! pose.
Cheers, everyone!
We're losing him. I need Oneg now.
Coming right up, Doctor. Move aside.
Forward, comrades! Maintain the pace! We are the strength of the motherland!